Hi guys, muddledmuppet here, how you doing? This video is a response to a video of a friend of mine, Red Ham USLA. If you haven't come across his work yet, go check his channel out. He's really funny to listen to, and he's one of these guys who's a great games player no matter what games he's playing. You know, the kind that you hate. Well, but anyway, yeah, check him out. Anyway, the topic is, he did a video response to a friend of his, and it's all on the subject of friends. Either the great things that friends have done for you, or the dickish things that friends have done for you. And what I want you to do is do a video response to me as well, based on the same subject. Anything to do with friends. And when you do your video response, in that video response, ask your followers to do a video response too. And we'll see if we can get a big daisy chain going. Big circle jerk of video responses. So it brought to mind a couple of stories for me. Both of them are way back in the day. One of them, I was having some drinks on a Friday or a Saturday night in Newcastle city centre, and I'd had a bit of an argument with one of my friends. I mean, not a kind of nasty argument, you know, we didn't end up fighting over it or anything, but we'd ended up splitting into two smaller groups of friends and going on a pub crawl kind of thing, but in different directions. And we'd made arrangements to meet up later on at one of the pubs in town. And as we're going there, we see this other group of guys with my friend in there who I'd had the argument with, and he's got this set of ladders that must have been 15 foot long, if you know, somewhere between 15 and 20 foot long, and he's carrying these ladders over his shoulders. You know, and I'm like, dude, well, what are you doing? And he says, oh Mick, he says, it's a present to say sorry. He'd stolen them from some building site, and I was saying, oh, you know, thanks very much, it's a really nice present, but what the fuck am I going to do with them? And he says, well, you could try taking down that sign, pointing up to the sign over the pub. So we put the ladders up against the pub, and the pair of us climb up there in our drunken state, trying to get the sign down, and another friend decides to take the ladders away. It was just a really kind of funny moment, and I guess it was one of those you had to be there sort of moments, but it was so funny. Anyway, this other story is a kids don't do this at home story. It does involve drug use, and I'm not going to advocate drugs use and say it's dead cool or anything, but when I was younger I would use drugs recreationally. And this part is a definite don't do. What happened was I was playing a gig down in London, and we had the music press at this gig, and one of my friends was there, and he'd put some LSD into my sandwich. So it meant I was having this hallucinogenic drug that I wasn't actually aware I was having. So yeah, it's a definite don't do this at home. What kind of made it funny though was, some of you may know that LSD can make you a bit paranoid. It makes you feel like everyone's looking at you, everyone's talking about you. Now when you're on stage in front of a couple of thousand people, you know what? Everyone is looking at you. So I was getting like really paranoid, and I spent about 3/4 of the gig hiding behind my amplifier stack, with the rest of the band sort of looking at me occasionally thinking, what the fuck is going on? I was just really paranoid, thinking everyone was looking at me, which of course they were. So I spent the entire gig hiding behind my amplifiers. Now at the end of the gig there was this party. The gig had been put on specifically for the music press to promote the release of our second album, and one of the guys who was there from the press was a very, very important guy in the world of the music press. He was the editor of two magazines simultaneously. One was a weekly journal called Sounds, which is no longer published, and the other was, he was the editor of a magazine called Kerrang, which is still being published as far as I know. And this guy was called Jeff Barton. Now the thing about Jeff Barton was, he looked exactly like Zoot out of the Muppets. You know that guy out of the Muppets with the saxophone player, and he's got this big nose, and he's got long hair but a bald head. Well, this was this guy to a T. Now because I was hallucinating, I thought it was Zoot out of the Muppets, and so I'm talking away to him, and I'm just trying to be kind of friendly. So I'm saying like, well, you know, how's Miss Piggy doing? And is there really anything going on between Miss Piggy and Kermit? You know, and I was I was just being friendly. But this guy obviously thought I was just completely ripping the piss out of him. He was obviously a bit sensitive about the fact. And the rest of the band were occasionally trying to sort of drag me away from him to stop me making a dick out of myself. But I wanted to hear more about the Muppets. I've always been a Muppets fan, and here I was with one of my lifelong heroes. And for some reason, I was getting this feeling that he didn't like me. And no matter how much I asked him about the Muppets, he wasn't giving me any information. Oh, great times, great times. I mean, obviously, you don't want to go giving somebody drugs if they're not expecting it, etc., etc. But it did turn out to be really funny from our perspective. From my perspective, anyway. Actually, I think that was the event that ended up getting me kicked out of the band. No, it wasn't that. No, there was something else happened after that on a different occasion. I'll go into that one day. So anyway, guys, what have your friends done to you? Like I say, it could be something really cool that they've done for you, or it might be something really funny that they've done, or it might be something where they've let you down. If you've got a story to tell us it, and post it as a video response to this. And in your own video, make sure that you ask other people to post a video response, and we'll see how long we can keep this thing going, because I think it's a really cool idea. The guy who originally came out with it, I've forgotten his name. He has just started posting onto YouTube. I'll put a link to his channel in the description as well. But the idea is that you go to Redham USLA's channel and you watch his video that this is a response to, and then you go to the original one. And we'll just see how long we can keep this going. Right guys, video's over. This is Muppet out. Take it easy. Bye.